Hello, welcome to another episode of Softly Spoken. Today's going to be an interesting one, and by that I mean absolutely uninteresting whatsoever. It's just going to be me grinding and saving up money, and then the next episode we are going to beat Fort Condor, because I just want to have enough money to be able to do back-to-back attempts. My computer is really loud, sorry, give me a second. That's what I didn't do, I didn't tweak my volume. I knew I forgot something. Right. Let's switch into the view and let's get to it. I feel like, oh, my brain's going crazy. I feel like, yeah. My window was not in the center of the screen and that was going to drive me insane. 10 hours 20 at Fort Condor. I feel like we've been stuck here for a minute. That's okay. So obviously, nothing interesting is happening this stream. It's just going to be me chit-chattering away. If you're actually trying to watch this, feel free to just skip this episode. It is just going to be me fighting enemies, making money. Why does this still feel so loud? There we go. I'm very tired. I had very little sleep last night. Just, my brain was like, not tonight, not today, you know? So that's been a lot of fun. I updated OBS and it nearly made me not record any audio because it decided to change my audio device, audio input device. So that was a lot of fun. Oh, had to do a bunch of driving around this morning for a radiologist appointment for my wife, but it's just been all over the shop, you know? All over the shop. Aerith has a power up. This thing, oh, this dude is cool. Look at him. Let's buy it. That looked like it was going to do a lot of damage. Did it do no damage? Did it miss? Is that something it can do? I'm still learning so much about Final Fantasy. I have no idea how this works. I was looking through my profile. Apparently I've already played about 10 hours of this. So, I'm having fun with it. I am genuinely enjoying the story of Final Fantasy. The mechanics are a little awkward at times, like picking who you're fighting against and all that. It's can be quite awkward. Let's actually have a look at our party. PHS, that's what I need. Watch out, phone call noise incoming. Makes me laugh. Alright, 19, 18. Alright, so we're still grinding the right people. That's all good. Wait, hang on. That's what I forgot to check. Can I swap Cloud out? No, okay. Main character syndrome, am I right? Oof, he's so needy. Look at him. Pretending like he has to be in the battle. Oh, these dudes were really annoying. And there's 5 of them. Far out. I really wish I had some sort of bulk attack. I'm just going to use her limit break. Seal Evil, why not? Oh. Okay, that's not that much damage. I'm not too afraid of that. I really have no idea what that just did. Let's just mash the attack button. Why not? Bonk. That leap gets me every time. It's so adorable. You know what we're going to grind? We're going to do it the old school way of mashing A. I've got my decaf tea, even though it's after. I'm actually recording this a little close to release date. Just because life's been a bit of a mess. I've just, struggling, you know, finding time, making time, having energy. All these things have just been a bit of a mess recently. But, you know, we're ironing things out. Things are getting better. The most dangerous thing I've picked up is I've gotten addicted to Depop. If you're at the clothes reselling website / app. Someone just got... Did Barrett just get a new ulti? Limit break, whatever they're called? Sick. So, you may see some new cute clothes out of me in the future. But no spoilers. Unless Editing Sean decides to spoil it. I don't know what that guy does. He's all over the shop. That's right, these guys do a fair bit of... Alright. Let's see if Barrett got a limit break with something called grenade in it. Because I reckon that's what I heard. Oh, it might be on the, I might need to go and select the level 2 limit breaks. That's a thing I'm aware of. Alright, Big Shot just eats their MP. Why did I do that? I know why I did it, I don't. Sure. You are going to start curing people, starting with yourself. We'll just get through that. I could just cure outside of battle. What am I doing? You're fine, Barret. Aerith will cure you after this battle, I promise. There we see, everything's all good. He was worried about nothing. Big baby. Alright. So Cloud is just going to be the highest leveled in my party. Right, that's just how this works. Yeah, magic, yeah. Okay, I need to go into a sub-menu, I didn't realize. See, still learning. That's right, we can do this view. Oh. You know what, this is more fun. We'll try this for a while. Doughies! Alright, mash A, let's go. Oh, I got the print. Oh, this is big boy. This definitely looks like a fursuit. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, getting addicted to Depop's been fun. It gives me the same vibes as wandering around a second-hand store. And it's just so much fun doing that, I'll be honest. Is this just gonna die? No. So, that's been a blast. I've been slowly teaching it my preferences. It's getting a lot better. I hate algorithms, but sometimes they work. I'm curious how it's going to handle my eclectic taste. I suspect the answer is just it won't. Because algorithms... YouTube has no idea who I am, just FYI. Speaking of algorithms, I watch such a mishmash of junk. I get ads from... You'd be such a good father to... Having problems while pregnant? We have multivitamins for you. And I'm like... You really have no idea who I am. It'll just give me the most random ads. Oops. Whatever. Limit break's fine. I do find it quite funny. Although, now that I have YouTube Premium, I actually just don't see ads anymore. Because, obviously, that's what you pay for. It's a bit expensive, but I watch enough YouTube. It's just worth it, I'm going to be honest. I thought about cancelling my Spotify and switching across to YouTube Music, but... YouTube Music just sucks. It's so bad. I mean, it has the songs I want, but the app itself... On the phone's okay, but desktop? It doesn't have a client, and the open source one just lags out miserably constantly. So I just ended up, after putting hours and hours into migrating my playlists manually, because I'm a sucker... I just went back to Spotify and was like, oh yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Yeah, no. So that was fun. Ugh. Oof, my tea is still quite hot. Oh, these dudes. Attack, attack, attack. So I'm looking at my phone because stuff is happening at work. I'm kind of ignoring it, but kind of not. I may have introduced a bug into our data today in one of our third parties because I started with the number 2 instead of 1 for something because I wanted it to return the things in the opposite order because the second one you put in would appear at the front of the array, so it would go 2 1 and I wanted to go 1 2, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just do that, you know, that's fine. There's absolutely no way this could be problematic at all. There's no way that would ever cause a different result, right? Ah, well. Fun and games. Computers suck. Moral of the story. Speaking of computers, I still can't get my Windows 10 update to work. It just keeps erroring out. I've tried a few things. I also really haven't put much time into it because I don't care that much. I basically boot it to play video games and that's it. I just don't want to have to reinstall because I'm lazy. So I probably should at some point. I'm still using non-secure boot UEFI or something weird, because back when I installed Linux on this SSD the first time, I had to do that because those keys weren't available to people who weren't Microsoft or something strange. I can't remember exactly the drama, but yeah. Attack. Oh yeah, cool. You can just heal everyone. That's good. So yeah, I'm tempted to just wipe my desktop and reinstall everything, but I just can't be bothered re-downloading all the games. Do you know how much space games take these days? They're huge. It's insanity. I play very few modern games. The most modern game I play is Tetris the Grandmaster 4. That was under a gigabyte. Actually, I have started playing Reaper with my friends and wife, and that's been a lot of fun. We have absolutely no idea what we're doing. None of us have looked anything up. We are just messing around, having a blast, breaking Ida. Last night when we were playing, there was this big pit in the middle of the room, and I picked up a big TV. It was worth like 6k or something, I think. Maybe it was like 2k. Anyway, it was worth a chunk of change. I just looked at my friend, I said, watch this, and then I just threw it in the pit. It was very funny to me. Because it was like round 2, we were just goofing around. It made me laugh. He was quite salty. I don't normally do awful things like that, but it was just particularly funny because it was the end of the night. We weren't going to be playing more rounds, but you know what? I'm going to do this for a meme. Because memes are good. Well, I believe whatever's happened at work is resolved because someone just got thanked. Yeah, just big shot. Let's go. Let's do Klim Hazard. Why not? Because that's a funny word. Oh yeah, I want to check Barrett's limit breaks. I think he unlocked a new one. I'm paying very little attention to this game. It is just very mind chill, relaxing, playing some FF, grinding out levels, grinding out money more specifically, because I want to conquer Ford Condor next time I play. And I feel as though, stop saying that word. Oh, that's right. That has that attack. Audio nightmare. I feel as though if I could just do attempts back to back, I can figure out patterns. Also, if I just have a lot of money, I'm thinking I do one round where I just put in a butt ton of money, and then Bob's your uncle, or whatever people say these days. And we will just defeat Fort Condor. I don't know how many times I have to beat it. I don't know if it's just once I have to win. But we'll find out. That's what's exciting about all this. But I plan to just get a whole lot of money today. Obviously, I quite like being a bit more leveled up as well. I feel like I'm sort of doing that thing I do in Pokemon and other RPGs where I just kind of run through the story, and I hit a point where I get annoyed because I haven't grinded at any point. So it's not that I'm under-leveled. I feel a lot of these developers and designers take that style of gameplay into account, but I'm definitely making the game a lot harder on myself than I need to. Ooh, that attack is quite annoying. Yeah, that leap. It's just adorable. I'm sorry. You'll never convince me it's not. Did Aerith just limit break? Yes, that's fine. We need healing. Beautiful. Now I don't need to do it out of battle. And I don't think her limit break takes any MP, so win-win. It's free real estate. Is that a meme people still use? Now, what levels are we at? 19 and 19? We are going to... Alright, they're still just as underleveled as them. That's fine. We'll keep grinding, I guess. This game has lovely music, by the way. Can I walk across that bit of water? It looks suspiciously like a shallow part of the river, right? Back attack! That sounds so inappropriate. I probably should have healed Cloud. He's fine. He's fine. Look, we're basically out of the battle anyway. I'm pretty sure that was Cloud, yeah. Selecting my own teammates is weirdly the hardest part of this game. That tea is still quite warm. But a nice decaf tea. Obviously not having caffeine this late at night. That would be silly of me. Alright, we got 6,000. We got 1.5 Fort Condors in us. I reckon I can walk across this. Maybe a chocobo could go across it. That feels like a mechanic, right? That would make sense. Back attack. Let's go. Sorry, it's a preemptive attack when I do it. Way less creepy sounding. Oop. Sorry, Aerith. These dudes put out a decent chunk of damage. That leap. It's so good. They knew what they were doing when they designed Aerith's attacks. Whee! Bonk. Sure, I will. Oh, I've got... What? What is... Why do I have level 2 attacks? Hang on. Did I upgrade it? Hang on. I need to go look in my inventory. I'm trying to understand how the game works so I stop being so surprised by everything. Did I level up a materia? Oh... Because I've been using it so much, I guess it upgraded. Okay. Okay. That's sick. Okay. That makes so much sense. While I'm in here, I'll just use Cloud to cure everyone. Why not? Ba-da-ba-bum. Alright, I was going to look at Barrett's limit. It's so funny it's called limit. Yeah, grenade bomb! Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that. Why has Aerith not got one yet? I don't know. Let's keep grinding, peeps. Nearly use gendered language. I try not to. My brain did fellas, lads, then like landed on peeps. I'm like, there's the word I'm looking for. You know how your brain just... It works through a list when you're trying to find a word or phrase or what have you. I feel as though that's how people's brains work. Oh, glorious. Look at that. Oh, get him, Barrett. Get him, Aerith. I believe. Beautiful. Yeah. Good times. I can't remember what I was talking about before I started talking about the game. Oh yeah, I had a fun thought the other day. I've been watching a bit of Pokemon content because it comes across my feed quite frequently because I fed the algorithm enough that The strange thing, I don't play that much Pokemon. I find the games and what people talk about in them, in the videos I mean, like challenge runs and stuff I find quite fascinating because the people who do them will quite often talk... Ah, perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. About the... Can I... Okay, this still only affects one of them. Not completely forgot. Yeah. So they are very knowledgeable about how the games work. So I find it really fascinating because you get such a deep insight into how the game... It's like the game engine itself resolves such complicated, weird situations. I also find it really interesting watching people who know so much more about the game dive really deep into, oh, I want this nature because it gives me extra here, which means this attack is actually viable, and yada yada yada. While not the best player in the world, I really enjoy watching iateyourpie. He does Kaizo Ironmon, which is a very extreme version of a randomized run where you get one Pokemon and you have to do all this crazy stuff and follow all these crazy rules. It's just really interesting. It's very much random, so he spends most of a stream a lot of the time resetting, trying to get a Pokemon that'll even let him get past the lab battle. Because if you lose a battle, it's game over, restart. And everything is randomized. Except... So Pokemon keep their stats, they keep the levels they learn moves at. But the moves they learn are all random. And I think every Pokemon starts with 4 moves, no matter what it is. So it's... You see some insane cross-sections, interactions, sorry, not cross-sections, in the game that just would never happen otherwise. So it's quite fascinating. I'll link his channel in the description below. That's the word I'm looking for. I'll also link a specific video of the Kaizo Ironmon stuff, because I find it quite interesting. And he posts the videos on his VODs channel of successful runs, it seems, or runs that got pretty far. I'm currently... I love putting them on as background noise when I do programming on the couch. So I get my little laptop out, I pull over my little table stand, I might have a glass of wine, I pop it on the telly. Oh yeah, it's going to do bulk attack. Oh my gosh, I need to heal people. You know what, heal Cloud first, and he can heal you. No, never mind. And it's just super cozy. It's really low stakes. You'll look up and something will just be happening. There's lots of downtime, which I appreciate in these sorts of backgroundy videos. He is also... Right, that's the order of buttons I need to do. I take a bit of inspiration from him in terms of trying to make a snug environment for videos, as he would say. I call it cozy. But... yeah, so... he chitter-chatters about, he's more of a sports buff. It's a very different... well, I feel it's a similar vibe to what I'm trying to set here, but very different topics and stuff. I'm obviously much more a programming computer nerd type dealio. Good times. You attack. Aerith can... oh, she's fine. She's got a limit break. Excellent. I can just use that to heal us up. The most annoying thing about these fights with all the people is it just takes forever for me to get my turns. Beautiful. It is really cute character design. It's very impressive what they got away with so few polygons and an integer-based friggin' not rasterization. No, it is, sorry, it is a rasterization engine. It's crazy what people made the PlayStation 1 do. Like, genuinely super impressive. I really recommend... the other thing my YouTube loves to recommend me is videos on deep dives on... I hate calling them old consoles or retro consoles, but I guess that's what they are now. And how they all work. And the PlayStation's starting to get a bit more recommended to me because of... I don't know why, the algorithm just decided. Normally I love Game Boy / NES, or NES for you US citizens. Or residents is the word, goodness, what am I... because I really find those low-level videos particularly interesting. How they work around all the limitations, what they can get away with honestly a really developer-unfriendly language like assembly. I gotta stop saying that word. Okay, we got 2 Fort Condors in us. It's taken us 20 odd minutes to get this far. I don't believe I'm doing anything silly. You know, let's go grind down here. Can we get an encounter on the beach? Is this any different? Pardon me, I feel like it's not. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Yeah, I'm still so tempted to try and make a Game Boy game, just because I think it's just so fun. Like, the Game Boy has genuinely such a big place in my heart as a console. The weirdest thing is, I really didn't play a huge amount specifically of Game Boy. Well, I guess I did. I played a lot of Pokemon on it, like hundreds of hours of Pokemon Red. Bit of Tetris. Sneaky Snakes. That's a game I want to finish. I feel as though, as an adult, I could conquer Sneaky Snakes. Maybe I'll do that as a special stream. I'll beat Sneaky Snakes. A game no one has ever heard of. That could be good fun. Although, from memory, it has pretty awful sound design. In that it may make people very upset to have to hear. Do I have to use materia to level them up, or do they just kind of level up? I feel Cloud's leveled up without me having to use it, because they both went up at the same time. And I don't think I've used them a perfectly even amount. Maybe it's just in battles. Having them. Don't know. I don't know. I have yet to solve the mystery of how Final Fantasy VII works. You know what, we're going to grind on this very little corner. Why not? I always think... oh yeah, that's right. That's the button. As I play through this game, I keep thinking back to when my playthrough... I never finished it. On the PSP, I was playing through Final Fantasy I, using a guide, because that game does not explain stuff. I think a lot of its length comes from the fact that you just have no idea what you're doing. It was actually quite a cozy, fun game. Required quite a bit of grinding, but that was kind of the style of RPGs back then. What was I saying? I'm sure I was saying something. Come on, bro. I'm very tired today. I do apologize. I am trying to get this in so that I don't miss a week. I want to keep the habit of getting it out every week. I don't want to build the, it's fine, I'll just skip a week mentality. Unless I, like, oh my gosh, stop saying that word. I am fine skipping a week if I have genuine needs. That's probably going to... You're going to count that, aren't you, editing, Sean? I know you are. No, it's gone. Oh my god. This video must be so painful, I'm sorry. I'm just dropping my threads left, right, and center. Oh, that audio ain't helping. What was I saying? I was in the middle of a train of thought, I don't know. I was talking about Sneaky Snakes earlier, that's a bit too far back. Oh, Final Fantasy I. Right. So, there's a famous peninsula. I know, right? Famous peninsula's a sentence. In the game where, with the way they designed the map and how all of it worked and the random encounters worked, there was a tiny little bit of the first island you start on, or first continent, or whatever you'd call it, where it has an overlap with quite a later game part of the game encounter table. So if you're good, and I believe this is used in speedruns and stuff, and people who just want to grind really fast early on, is you can beat, if you're clever and good, you can beat these really high level enemies and just stack a bunch of experience super early. And that's immediately what I started thinking about when I was on this. I think it would be really funny for Final Fantasy games to sneak in references. You know, if I went down here and I just got a level 60 giant encounter, I think that would be really funny. I think there would be a few people who were like, oh, like Final Fantasy I, and most people would be like, why is this heaps hard to beat enemy right here early on in the game? This is nonsense. But stuff like that makes for really interesting games. It adds such an interesting layer. I just remembered another thread I dropped earlier on. I was talking about Pokemon games. I had a thought. This was, I think, last night. I would be really curious. It was a thought, a parallel universe thought experiment type dealio. What if there had never been more than 151 Pokemon, but they kept making games at the same rate? And I'm talking no variants or anything either. Or maybe variants. But just the stock standard 151 Pokemon. How would they keep making the games interesting? I reckon there's a lot they could do that would actually make really interesting games. Because, like, Generation 3... I said that word again. I'm sorry, editing, Sean. I'm so sorry. I'm letting you down. I know right now you're cursing, you're screaming, you're throwing keyboards at the wall. You are angry, and I am sorry. But I'm probably going to say it again at some point. I know it takes you a few seconds to insert that like counter. It actually takes me like 10 odd seconds each time, I think. I got so much quicker during my Mario editing. I went and learned a bunch of shortcuts. I added custom effects. I've got it down to a fine art at this point. But yeah, so Generation 3 has... I feel, of the ones I've played, it's the closest to a theme of, like... Oh my god. See, I told you I'd say it again. Water. The world is very water-based. I think you could do interesting things where you have a more water-based game. So, small islands, grass types are only catchable late game or something. I think it would just be really interesting. I think they could do some really clever things to make games interesting. I'm actually really tempted. I've had a strong desire to build a animal capturing RPG, whatever you want to call them, that's not the word Pokemon-like, that has some of these things about it. I could just make up 50 enemies, maybe 30, some level of achievable amount of enemy, and I could make 5 games with just that set of enemies. Different orders, maybe have them learn different moves. I feel the thing I think would be good about it, that I think would set it aside, is if you kept things very, very consistent. So this enemy always learns these moves at these levels with, say, minor balance tweaks occasionally. So whenever you see, say, a Golem or a Geodude, that's the same Pokemon, Sean, a Geodude or an Onix or an Oddish, you'll be like, there's that word again. You'll be, oh, I know, this is going to get Leech Seed in another couple of levels. That's going to be really good because this is, you know, I know the grass, the water section's coming up. I think you could do really interesting things. I feel I'm explaining it particularly poorly today, but I blame my tiredness. But, yeah, you could do things, you know, really interesting things. I just keep saying that, and I'm not explaining anything about my thought process at all. But imagine a game where it takes place entirely on a spaceship or something, so completely different. I saw that. Ice leveled up. Does that mean she can use Ice too now? Have I just not noticed that I can use all these moves? That is what is happening. I'm an idiot. I'm a big dum-dum. Yeah. So if you're on a spaceship, you'd get really techie Pokemon. Electrodes, I don't know, other tech-related Magnemites, things like that. I feel there's some really interesting, even really small experiences, you know. I feel there's a really good market for really cheap games, like a couple of bucks. There's that word again. that only go for an hour or two. There's that word again. A really polished vertical slice, almost, you could think of it as. Actually, no, there's no point using Healing Wind. That was a bit silly. Whatever. And I feel Nintendo / Game Freak have the resources to make those. I know... Oops, punching my mic, shouldering my mic. That's going to sound terrific. Sorry, editing Sean, for having to deal with that. I reckon there's some really interesting things there. That's where I'll leave it. So I am, at some point down the line, hoping to make a similar vein sort of game. Where, you know, you catch a few monsters, team of a few, build in sort of challenge runs people like modes, Nuzlocke type deal, or a hardcore Kaizo type mode. Things like that. There's that word again. But yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to say, I feel the Pokemon Company thinks the only value of a new Pokemon game is getting new Pokemon, almost. Okay, so hang on. This is really delayed. Aerith's ice leveled up, but I didn't use ice in that battle. So it is just having battles with it equipped that levels it up. Okay. Sorry, my brain just clicked on that one. Well, we nearly have enough for 3 Fort Condor battles. This is taking a while. But that's the point of this video. It's nice and chill. I don't have to think. We are just battling away. Yeah. I don't... Words are really hard today. The latest Pokemon game I have played is Pokemon Sun. And that was after my most recent of Emerald, which I played many, many, many years after Gold, which I played when it came out. Although I never did beat Red / the Kanto region. Because I was a kid. I was losing interest in Pokemon at that point. And you just sort of steamrolled everything. There was no challenge in that sort of... I want to call it post-game. I know Red's an actual challenge. I've been tempted to play through Crystal Legacy, the absolutely really official version of Crystal that exists, and I bought with real money, that I'll play on my very real Game Boy, that I'll somehow connect to my computer, that is very real. You know? You can cure Cloud. That sounds nice. But yeah, that could be good fun. Because I was playing through it on my Ambinic device, which is definitely a real Game Boy. Don't come for me, Nintendo. And they really have fixed a huge amount of the issues. Just genuinely. Pokemon seem like they're... I dodged one of those L words and fell right into another. Yeah, things feel more balanced. Pokemon get more interesting moves. There's a much larger variety of Pokemon in the wild. The opponents' teams throughout the game are just smarter. Well, better built, I should say, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, they will have moves that work with their types. They will be able to set up to some degree. The gym leaders are significantly more difficult because they're just that bit smarter. Smarter built teams. The AI I don't think has changed at all. It's just set up for success. And it makes it a way more interesting game. Ice 2, baby. Let's go. Come on, Aerith. Mess them up for me. Take out that fursuiter. Sorry, it just looks so much like a fur... I think fursuits are super cool looking. I don't personally have a desire to own one, but a really well-made fursuit is super cool to see. Get him. That leap. That leap kills me every time. I love it. You know what? No, I still got heaps of MP. I'm just gonna cure up again. Gosh, I'm sorry, my audio must be so bad today. Oh yeah. That makes sense. I know what's happening. I'm awake. We can go up here. Oh, my nose. Oh, that's what I haven't talked about. We rescued a bunny. We rescued a little baby Bailey bunny. Not actually a baby, but we think they're between 1 and 2. It's a bit hard to tell with rabbits. Definitely not a baby, but definitely not an old rabbit. On the younger side, for sure. Super friendly, super sweet. Someone had just left them on the side of the road in a hutch with a sign saying, for free. It was disgusting. I actually left work early so we could go rescue them. Because our friend messaged my wife, because she saw the bunny in the bunny rescue group we follow. Convoluted sentence. But yeah, we ended up being the only ones who were available to get out there. So we're like, bugger it. We'll go rescue baby bunny. This is why I have leave. We have the stuff to house a rabbit briefly. We don't have the space to have a 6th rabbit in the house. I will include a bunny tax photo. So editing Sean, I'm sorry, you're going to have to dig up a photo of Bailey and post it in. I'm sure you're going to hate that, reliving all those cute memories. But yeah, we didn't know what gender they were. We knew nothing about them. They didn't even have a name. So now this sounds an awful lot like I'm getting another rabbit and we're going to have 6 rabbits. Not true. We have a forever home already lined up. We had it lined up before we even picked the bunny up. So we took the bunny to the vet, got its shots, got it sexed, so we know that he's a boy now. We know he needs desexing, but the new owners will take care of that. It's just super wholesome little baby. They've opened up a little bit around us. They love pat. They're so desperate for pats. They'll get up and they'll like sort of periscope and put their little paws up for it. Oh, it's so cute. And they're so soft and fluffy. Oh, the funniest bit, the vet we took him to just up the road, I mentioned we rescued this bunny and she's like, oh, someone just rescued a bunny from Whistle. No, bleep that out, editing Sean. I'm like, oh, this is the bunny from that suburb. That's the post. This is the bunny. We saved it. We rescued it. And she was super excited. It was so wholesome. She managed to get us a little bit of a discount, which I really appreciate. Oh, it was just such a nice little experience. There's such a nice little community here for looking after bunnies. As I always say, bunnies have like the most wholesome little souls. They're just such cute little creatures. I love them so much. I will never get enough of cuddling bunnies. They're too cute. I might go rest at an inn so I can get some MP back. Oh, but do not limit break. Just, oh, that noise. Woof. But yeah, such a wholesome little baby. We're dropping them off to their forever home tomorrow. That's going to be sad. I'm going to miss them. But we know the person. Oh, friend of a friend, but we're in similar... friend of a friend. We're planning to keep in touch so we can get updates about the bun. Oh, it's this way. Because they're just so sweet. I love giving them pets. They're so happy. Alright, sure, Healing Wind, why not? Yep, Grenade Bomb, let's go. This should finish everyone off. Ah, buns. I love bunnies, they're so cute. They're so pure and innocent. And they never leave the, puppy phase. They're always got that cuteness to them no matter how old they get. They're just so beautiful. I love buns. I'm very happy we're able to help out a bun and give it a good life. It makes me feel really good. This is Fort Condor, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I can go and rest up in here. We'll grind for a bit longer. I figured I'd just go for at least an hour, maybe a bit longer. I just want to make sure I have lots of money. Because I don't want to save scum. I think that's boring. And also, I mean, this just gets me some levels and experience and whatnot. I don't know what level I'm supposed to be at and when, but a bit more experience certainly won't go astray. Pardon me. We'll also obviously save up while we're here. Gosh, I'm tired. Oh, exhausted. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna use the... I can't use a PHS unless I'm on the map. Okay. That's a bit silly, but... Oh no, I can use it here. Sweet. Right, let's do that. Let's save. Oh, does red have any materia? No. Oh, I just gave all of my materia into the... You can have a heal. You can have a sense. I still don't know what this does. I will save it. Wait, did I save? Did I save over my... Oh, I didn't save. Oh, right, I caught myself from saving. I'm so tired. Oh, I just saved. Yep, there we go. Cool. I feel like all does just some stat buff stuff. And it levels up by being in my party when I fight. Okay. I'm figuring this out. If nothing else, it's nice to just have more higher level materia. I've got a sneaking suspicion I'll be able to combine or use them in some way like that. I don't know. It feels like a Final Fantasy thing to be able to do at some point. We'll see. No, my body is falling apart. I'm sorry. Whew. No, you know what? I'm going back up to the forest on the top left there. I was enjoying that. Beautiful scenery. Oh, my nose. Ah. It's so tickly. What is happening? It's like there's a hair caught in there or something. Woof. Alright, Red, let's go. Right here. Did it? Okay. I think that just... I don't know what that does. Maybe it defaulted to pointing at him, so maybe it cures poison. That would be kind of nice. Has Barrett done nothing yet? There we go, buddy. Oh. Oh my gosh. Editing Sean, I'm so sorry about all the nightmares of noises you're having to listen to and remove. But thank you for doing the hard work and protecting our viewers. I'm sure they really appreciate it. If I ever do a live stream, y'all are going to hear how many terrible noises I make. And I am sorry. I don't plan to do a live stream at any point, I'll be honest. But I've done Twitch streaming and stuff in the past. It's just... I had fun with it, but it's not my vibe. I really prefer just to chit-chatter and not socialize, if that makes sense. I find it way more tiring and hard to do. I feel like I get thrown off when I'm having to talk to people. Yep. That was a move. My foot is itchy. The top of my foot has been itchy all day. It's really annoying. There we go. There we go. Cool. I can heal up after this because Red's looking a little sad. And it takes a lot of experience to level up in this game. I'm probably grinding in a terrible, terrible area for grinding as well. But I'm just here, playing my game, living my life, not taking it too seriously. We're not min-maxing here. We are just enjoying the vibes. We're chilling, just doing a little grinding. Nothing crazy, nothing silly. Just happy good times, you know? Happy good times. I need a shave. Tomorrow night's shaving night. I am so itchy. It's killing me. Oh, I'll probably start editing this video tonight. With the hopes of... I want to get it out on time. At worst, it'll be... if I miss Friday morning, I'm just not going to do it. I'll push it back a week. I'll take the buffer to get more videos done. It's just not worth it. I don't want to push myself too hard. I had pretty bad burnout after doing the Mario video. After recording that, I went and ate lunch, and then I just basically passed out on the couch for the rest of the day. My brain collapsed after that. Because it wasn't just the video, it was getting everything ready, doing all the prep. Yeah, my wife was away, so I was doing everything around the house. I was just a bit flat. I had work. It was just a lot. And I think my brain went, okay, we stop now. And that was it. But I don't regret doing the video. I had a blast. It really was a good lot of fun. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I think it's a real good video. I'm a little bit sad it's only got 4 views at the moment, but that's okay. It'll be on the internet for ages. It has plenty of time to get more views. That's how it works, right? I've been impressed with my Tetris the Grandmaster First Impressions video. Is over 60 views at the moment. That's, for me, that's huge. You know? I don't know why that video is doing so particularly well, but it is. Its view time isn't amazing, but it's got a lot of views. That's kind of cool. Sometimes that's just all you need. I should heal up after this battle, probably. Yeah, don't waste your limit break, Red. He's got a good character model. I like his model. It's a very cool design. We nearly have enough for 4 Fort Condor fights. Given how slow those are, that might be 8 hours of recording. It is an awkward minigame, I'll be honest. If I don't beat it after the next video, I'm going to look up a guide. I think I just have to give myself that allowance. Because otherwise, I'm just going to be here forever. And I don't want to do that. I would like to move the story along. I have other games I do want to play after this. I'm not in a rush. I'm not going to run through it or anything silly. I'm taking my time. I'm having my fun. But I do intend to play other games. I think after this, I'm going to play Persona 4 Golden. That's my vibe. Because I'm trying to have one RPG on the go. Because it's chill, it's slow paced, it's cruisy. My concern with P4, Persona 4 Golden, it's the length of the cutscenes. They take forever. Yeah, whatevs. What did that do? I just got pushed back. Yeah, Personas are amazing games. I've loved playing through them with my wife. I say that. I sit on the couch, she plays them. I do my programming. I watch the stories, we chitter chatter. It's very wholesome. I think I was told that the younger generation calls that parallel play, and I really like that. It's fun. Yeah, look at that. All leveled up. I knew it. I knew it. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, look at this. Ability list all. I still just... Okay, this thing has way too many stars. Look at this. Look at this. I don't understand. I don't understand. I just don't. I'm so... Nothing about this game explains itself. It didn't come with a pamphlet. I bought it digitally on the eShop. There's no pamphlet. I don't know what to tell you. Oof. Getting them back attacks in, you know. Muck 'em up. We've got this. We've got this, fellas. I can say that because these three characters are male identifying. Haha. Although I do still try to avoid gendered language in those circumstances. I've come around on fam. I like fam. It's a good term. Better than bro. It also doesn't come with those awful connotations bro has. Like, oh, you're a bro. No, it's my fam. You know? Ooh. I was going to say we can look out to sea. That is not really out to sea, is it? Bop. Oh no, more back attack. Is there anything I'm doing in particular that causes this to happen, or is it just random? I don't know. I really don't know how this game works at all. I've only watched... The only sort of Final Fantasy stuff I've seen is more about the... cut content. That's the words I'm looking for. Though I did watch an interesting video, which I'll try to find and link. So I'm always talking about these people that beat or leveled up Barret and Cloud to level 99 or 100 or whatever the max is in the reactor. But someone did a challenge. The very first room you can actually gain experience is that train platform. So my understanding of it is basically you do that combat that you're forced to. You fight one enemy there, then you go into the next room, and then you come back out and you can get random encounters there. What makes it really hard is there's no save points. You also only have Cloud, so it's Cloud only grinding. But the no save point thing is the real tricky part. The video I watched was about a person who did it under their own terms, legitimately. So that's a clickbaity way of phrasing that. They played the game on officially supported hardware. So it's hardware, it's a version of Final Fantasy VII that released on that platform. It's not an emulated console, there's no save states, anything like that. So they did this on a laptop. So they just had a laptop which they put to sleep a lot over the course of the challenge. They had it like... No, I was trying so hard to avoid saying that. They had it disconnected from the internet. They did a bunch of interesting stuff. They played it with a foot pedal while they played other games. So it was background on their stream. It was quite interesting. All up, it took them around 1,200 hours to level Cloud up to 99. Level 100. I think it is level 100. Yeah. I won't spoil the end. It is quite exciting. But it was a fun watch of a video. And it really goes to show you how much nonsense people will do to beat a completely self-imposed challenge. And I love that energy in video games. I love people taking something like Pokemon or Final Fantasy, a game that's quite chill realistically, and doing insane, hard, complicated things with them that, well, in this case it doesn't require deep knowledge of the game, but a lot of the challenge runs do. And I think that's just fascinating. And I will never stop enjoying people enjoying games that way. That's just who I am. You can't control me. You can't stop me. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, I'll link it below if I can find it. I'm sure I'll be able to, because I actually, the reason I thought about it is because they talk about, and I thought it was the video that talked about people who did the reactor challenge. And I was very pleasantly surprised when it was so much more. Because they do reference that in the video. So I'm not going crazy. I think they talk about the exact person I've been talking about every time I bring it up in this video. It's quite funny. How much money are we at? How are we doing? Oh, Barrett's nearly level 21. That's nice. Okay, we're 18-2. I'm going to shoot for 20k, and then I reckon I'm going to call this video done. I reckon that's a reasonable length. We're just hit an hour on the recording, hour and 1 minute. So I think that's quite sensible. I'm probably going to have a shower, get into my pajamas, and make the really silly mistake of scrolling more Depop, because I am an addict and you can't stop me. You're not my real parent. You know, I'll do what I want. And honestly, I'm going to use it to make more fun recordings. So you know what? You're welcome, viewers. I do it for you, and not because I'm ADHD as heck. I am actually unmedicated today. Today is one of my days off. I take 2 days off each week for medication. 1 weekend day, 1 weekday. Because I've heard it helps mitigate tolerance build-ups. And also, I can't practice the skills I'm learning of how to manage my ADHD without meds if I don't not take meds. Not that I have the goal of completely giving up meds at any point, but should the worst happen, I would like to have some level of stability in my life and ability to manage that situation. Because shortages happen, the world goes to shit at times. Thankfully the election here went the way I wanted it to. We got the left-leaning government, which we call Labour. So I am happy with that. I know some people were not, but thankfully the minority. What does that do? It just moves my characters back slightly. I genuinely cannot tell what that attack does. Beautiful. Oh, I might go back up to the forest. I feel like I was making more money at the forest. Oh, bit my tongue. That was silly. Right with my canines too. I'm not a smart man. Okay, that went well. We need more battles like that. Oh, they're to the other. They're on the other side of this. To the other side. I was going to say to the right of here, and then I started saying the other side. So obviously, I combined the two because, you know, that's how language works. I'm just inventing new language. Get on my level. Come on. I hope this has been a nice chill video. It's been good for me, just running around grinding. These are the things I feel like I can't do when I play games because it's wasting time in the game. And when you get as little game time, as an adult, I just don't get that much time to play games, realistically. At least single player games like this. I could make more time, obviously. I choose to make time for other things instead. Because I'm a workaholic, but don't tell anyone that. That's why I have like 6 million hobbies outside of it. Oh, I didn't get to talk about my game engine. Oh, there's been very interesting revelations there. Oh yeah, money's going up way better up here. What's my... You know what? Healing's basically free. Beautiful. So programming. I've had some really exciting developments since I last recorded, actually. I'm going to start with my Golang, the Google language journey. So, oh, Barrett's about to get his limit break. That's really good. No, he's not. I was looking at time. Yeah, so I built a startup on the weekend. I say this in a very sarcastic, mematory tone. So, on Friday I was chatting to a coworker, and we were doing some really long-running background job that would have taken, you know, weeks, days to weeks to run. We eventually optimized it, and it now runs in hours instead, but that's not what this story is about. He made the point that he wants to not have to keep his terminal open to keep an eye on this background job. He just wants to be able to go to a web page and look at the progress bar and see how far along it is. A progress bar as a service, if you will. And we looked for it. It doesn't exist as far as we can tell. We didn't have the deepest look, but on Saturday I'm like, you know what? I can build this. This is super duper basic and it could be funny. And I decided to build it in Go because that just sounded like a good bit of fun. Okay, I'm getting way more money here. I might just hang out here for a bit longer while I'm chatting. No, don't try and restart my computer. Don't you dare. Friggin' Windows. Ah, I hit a button. Okay. Yeah, I'll link that in my description below. It's just goofy. It does work. But yeah, it was just a bit of fun. So it's a single model in a database, a single table, I should say. A handful of endpoints, a handful of API endpoints. And, you know, life's good. I had a lot of fun making it. It's just goofy. I showed everyone at work, they had a good laugh. I showed my friends, they had a good laugh. I'll keep it running. It's basically free because it's just on my server. I cured Barrett. Alright. Okay, there we go. Grenade bomb. This will just take everyone out anyway. I killed Barrett again. This game, fam. Come on. I guess it's not too bad. Oh, they're not dead yet. Uh-oh. Okay, I legitimately can't select red. I don't know how to. That is the dumbest thing. I cured Barrett twice. That is so silly. But yeah, so I built that, which is a good bit of fun. What's relevant here is doing Go taught me about a technique called dependency injection, which is basically a coding design pattern. I won't go too deep into it. But it's something I'd never really mucked about with. And last week, it struck me with inspiration on Taylor, my game engine. Because I've been testing it, because I'm a good boy, I'd write my tests. I've been having to write really awkward integration tests that actually boot up a window, render graphics to it, and try to fake keyboard shortcuts, joysticks, all this insane stuff that's been super painful and awkward and flaky. Then I realized header files in C++ are exactly built for this level of dependency injection. So I wrote a script that rewrites the raylib header into a C++ file that I can mock out the responses to and just record that the methods were called instead of actually calling them. So my test suite has gone down from legitimately I think like a minute and a half to a minute to literally 0.01 seconds. It's so good. And it's not flaky at all. There is an issue with the web build at the moment where one of the methods is returning twice as much data as it should, but I have to look into that. That's going to be a weird dive. But yeah, okay. I have enough for 5 Fort Condor fights. We are going to rest up, and then we are going to save. And then that will be it for tonight. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you about that, because I was really proud of that. I've gotten bit over halfway through rewriting the entire test suite to use this new method, and it's so much nicer. Everything's consistent. Methods that I thought I couldn't test because of how they work means I can actually write specific tests for these things. And yeah, it's just really good. I feel it has improved my velocity with Taylor. I'm building it quicker. I'm building it better. And yeah. Anyways, we'll save up. Top one. Yep. Alright. Well, thank you for joining me in this very unexciting video. I hope it's put you to sleep, and if not, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.